All right, vlog episode 3, long overdue. I will admit it's been difficult to get this one out. I'd actually started and recorded it, but some new stuff happened, and I hadn't uploaded the previous, what would have been episode 3 and is now deleted. I decided, enough has happened. Let's just do a clean one, and we'll get it uploading on the other internet. Because right now I have ISP1 and ISP2. So let's just jump into the internet side of things. By the way, it's freaking cold in here. I mean, it's snowing, for goodness sake. It's not actually snowing outside though. Anyway, so internet news. This is actually what, right now I should be live. I should have been live for 42 minutes. I was doing some research and some looking and some thinking and some geography and basically the nut cut. So ISP1, ISP2 right now. ISP1 is the one that I've been streaming on, and their service is actually the best that I can get out here. I average about 5 down and 2.5 up, and that can range. That's really the average. It can go a little lower, a little higher. ISP2, they're actually talking with me and they're working with me to give me a better quality connection, and they really do want my business, which is something I really appreciate. But ISP2 right now is averaging about 1.8 down and about 2 up, and the 2 up varies dramatically. So looking at the speed test chart, you can actually see that here it was at 0.5, there it was at 5, and that's just not going to work for live broadcasting, because every time it drops below what I have my bit rate at, say it's 1 Mbps, every time it drops below 1, I drop frames and I drop viewers because of drop frames. And if you think that's not the case, then I appreciate you hanging out in my channel. But the truth of the matter is, if you're not committed to the broadcaster or the community that they have, as soon as you start getting drop frames, if you're actively eyes on the content, you're done. If it's just 2 or 3 drop frames, you won't even notice it. But when your upload drops below, down to 0.5, that's not 2 or 3 drop frames. That's probably 1,000 or so over the course of 30 seconds, and that's garbage. So anyway, ISP1 works, but is kind of crappy. ISP2 is working with me, but is even more crappy. The third option, what I've been working on, I had this stroke of genius. So for those of y'all that don't know, my family owns a barbecue business that my dad and I started, and just recently, probably within the last within a year of now, or in the past rather, within the past year, we actually moved into a brick and mortar, so a real physical building. It was a barbecue trailer, now it's a barbecue restaurant. Long story short, that location actually has, it appears as though I can get Spectrum internet there, which is a fiber connection. And so my first thought was, well, I'll just set up a studio there, which there is space for that, but it's going to be loud, and it's going to be a big headache. We're renting the space, so I'd wind up having to pay rent to have my studio set up there, which, I mean, maybe it's worthwhile. Anyway, then it hit me. With probably a 30 to 40 foot tower on our property, we could have a line of sight to our barbecue restaurant, to the location. And with that, I could actually set up a point-to-point wireless access, line of sight connection. Very similar, in fact, identical to what I have now, but instead of it going to the little ISP and them routing it and then sending it through to Spectrum, who they buy in bulk from, who they buy their bandwidth from, instead of doing that, I can cut out the middleman, get Spectrum at that location, and since I'm not reselling it, I'm just using it in a different location, I'm good. It doesn't violate their contract. So if this works out for probably $500 to $800 up front, depending on how much it would be to get that receiver, 30 feet in the air. The hardware itself, like the two antennas, two receiver radios and receivers, they're like $75 a piece. So we're talking about like not much to actually put the hardware up. And that would actually drop, like, no shit, if we were to get it, at the basic level, which is 10 upload and 100 download. So if we were to get that, it would cost me $45 a month, and I'm paying $115 right now. But my parents actually live close by, close enough that we could run an Ethernet cable over to them. So we could actually get the Ultra package, which is, I can't remember how much it is, $75 a month. And that's 300 down and 20 up, which is probably what we would do even if they didn't share with us, but we could share that connection, split the cost, and figuring that we pay, the people we lease the building from, say they're like, yeah, you're leasing it for barbecue, not to put a tower on the roof. So an extra $50 will let you put a tower on a roof, $50 a month. You factor in the $50 and the monthly cost of the internet, and we would still be coming in at $62.50, which is just like mind-blowingly cheap for what we have available to us. So that's stupid exciting. I'm gonna be tomorrow. I'm gonna talk to a network, someone who's actually certified in networking and who knows the ins and outs of line of sight networking, over the air networking. I'm gonna talk to him. He's a buddy of mine, and we're gonna say, best case scenario is like, oh hell yeah, that'd be super easy. And he goes, this is what you want to buy, and I'll help you set it up for free. Worst case scenario, he's like, oh no, you can't do that, and has a specific reason why that we can't overcome. And I'm then back to ISP1 and ISP2, and but there's really, like, all the research I've just done tells me this is doable. The question is going to be whether we can get a clear line of sight from our property to the barbecue restaurant. If we can, we're Gucci. It's golden. I'm going to have an upload and download speed that is like the rest of America, the rest of the world. And that means that the sub goal on Twitch can come down to where it's just $100 in income a month. That way I get my payout every month. And for those of y'all that don't know, Twitch, when you're an affiliate, you have to reach a threshold of $100 earned in a month through cheers or subscriptions, and then you get that paid out to you 2 months later at the end of that month. So at the end of February, I will get the payout from February, January, December. So I get the payout from December. And if you don't hit that $100 threshold, cumulative. So say we missed it this month, heaven forbid, but say we missed it this month. Next month, what we say we got to 99 this month. Next month it'll roll over into March, and as soon as I get that $1, I'll get the payout. Looks like Julia just came home. Hold on, just. Okay, she just had a day out with my sister. Anyway, the sub goal will be able to drop, and we'll actually be able to pay for the internet every month if that works out that way, which is just... I'm already feeling lighter just thinking about it. So speaking of, talking money, since my last vlog has been phenomenal, just like mind-blowing. There's been some crazy generosity, and between 2 people and like 5 tips, maybe 10 tips, somewhere between 5 and 10 tips, we've actually we're just shy of halfway to the encoding PC goal. The goal right now for the well, it's actually technically it's an upgrade for my main PC that's doing everything right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade the processor, the motherboard, and the RAM to the latest chipsets, and that will actually give me a very beefy PC. It'll make it so that I can stream everything more easily. I'm not going to run my CPU into the like 80s, 80 to, well, the 80s percent usage, and so that's going to immediately improve my stream quality. And then all I'm going to have to do is get a power supply and a hard drive. Technically, I don't need a graphics card because my old CPU does have integrated graphics, but so I'll need to get, a power supply, a case, and a hard drive, and that's all I'll need to have a secondary encoding PC. There's a way that you can do the encoding over LAN without having to have a capture card, which I'm going to talk to a buddy of mine who does it that way and see if that's a viable method. If that's not, then I will have to get a capture card as well. But I mean, that's honestly not going to be crazy expensive. And once I get that set up, then I'm going to get on, oh gosh, Google's free CAD program. I never can remember what it is. We're going to get on that. I'm going to get on that. We're going to do it on stream too. And I'm actually going to draw up the CAD plan for the aluminum custom case that will have the VESA mount for a standard PC monitor. So it's basically going to be a big ass laptop, and make it so that it's really easy to do creative cooking streams, metalworking, woodworking, even travel with it, and with just pull my GPU from my main rig, slap it into that, and I'll be able to, wherever I go, as long as I have good internet, have a desktop quality experience, and put out full on good production value content wherever I am. So like if I had that right now, I'd be able to, while I'm in Ohio, as long as I can source at least 3 Mbps upload, be able to put out content. But of course we're about halfway there. So huge shout out to Zaril and Pudding. Those two guys are just gentlemen among gentlemen, putting us at $400 out of 910. Interesting little like dichotomy of broadcasting. It's something I'm saying a lot, and I'm gonna try and stop that. So interesting little dichotomy of broadcasting. It seems like, at least from my experience and my time broadcasting, it seems like when you've had a good monetary week, very often that coincides with a viewership dip, which this has been viewership or follow rate dip, oftentimes both. So it's this emotional roller coaster, because you're on this high because, hey, I'm about halfway to my streaming PC being a reality, and then the flip side of that coin is, yes, it's been monetarily fantastic, but we've gained 2 followers in the past 3 days, and my viewer numbers have dropped by 3. In this particular case, it's not that bad. I think I'm averaging like 2 follows a day, and my average viewer count is down. I think my average viewer count is down by 3. And so on that side of the coin, you're feeling low because you're going, okay, what's wrong? Is my content slipping? What can I improve to make that conversion rate from someone who checks out the stream to someone who follows the stream higher? And I don't know, it just seems like anytime there's a high on one side, there's a low on the other. Like when I've had phenomenal follow rates, phenomenal average viewer numbers, it you know, there's nothing being made. Like no one's even cheering 1 bit a stream. You know, it's weird. It's funny. It's just comes with the territory, I guess. So yeah, just kind of keeping rolling on this whole like I said in the first episode, I really want this to kind of document the not just the grind and like the actual actions that I'm taking, but the emotional, you know, state that I'm in and that sort of thing. So well, positive thing. I just 3 or 4 days ago saw that the road to partnership, that's Twitch's, you know, steps. You need to complete these things to be eligible for partnership. They actually dropped the average concurrent viewers for a broadcast in a 30-day period from 100 to 75. So I think that's actually way more attainable for me, by 25 viewers more attainable. So hopefully within the next, you know, 3 or 4 months, we can hit that 75 mark at least once, you know, long enough to make it my average for that broadcast, and then I can see about getting that partnership. It doesn't really do a whole hell of a lot over what I have as a an affiliate. The big thing I'd be excited about is it would automatically unlock like 12 emote slots, I think, which would be stupid expensive for me because Tolgasaurus does amazing work and he charges appropriately. And Tolga, if you see this, you need to keep charging appropriately. So it'd be a great payday for him, but it would cost me a lot, which I'm happy to pay, you know, honestly. But I think the emotes would be what I'd be most excited about with getting partnership. Let's see, is there anything else? What else? My Nodecraft partnership was renewed between last vlog and this one, which is always a nice morale boost, because they have metrics and they're not gonna, you know, give me a server unless it's beneficial to them, you know, unless they're generating more money than it costs to give me that server for Minecraft. And so it's always really nice when that 3-month period comes up and I don't even get like a, hey, let's get on Discord and let's have a chat. I just get a, hey, we want to renew for 3 months. Is that good with you? And so that's always really nice. Right now they're my only sponsor, and if you don't know already, they do, I'm doing an ad spot and didn't even intend to. They do server hosting. They started in Minecraft and just bang up job with Minecraft servers. It makes everything super simple. And now they're doing like Ark, Conan, and something else. But yeah, anyway, sponsored by them, but not paid anything by them. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers it as far as like the streaming side of things. Oh, I have decided that tomorrow I'm actually going to do an IRL back office creative broadcast. I'm going to be doing, I've got some assets that I need to flesh out. Like I need to do some Photoshop stuff. Unfortunately, I haven't found anyone yet, anyone artist-wise that is attainable for me in price point that does work that I like enough to be able to do like my overlays, my info panels, all of that. Because I definitely do want to revamp all of the info panels, but right now I just have like 1 or 2 info panels that I need to create, and it's pretty simple. It's just a template deal. It's just I don't have the time as it stands right now. And then there's one other thing. Oh, I need to do a BRB screen. So my idea right now for a BRB screen is pretty simple. It's just a you know, a background that's animated, which I don't know how to do, so I might find one if I can. But an animated background, whether it's like, you know, see-through so you can see the game or not, I'm not sure what I want to do. And then it's just gonna scroll through, you know, different text. Like it'll say, hey, Viking VOD is taking a shit. Yeah, it's like that, or you know, something like that. and then maybe plug Nodecraft, my sponsor there. Maybe you know, tout the benefits of being a subscriber, get these emotes and access to a sub server, you know, whatever. But I need to do that. It's been put off for a while now. I've actually got a nice list here of shit that needs to be done. So tomorrow we're gonna do those assets. We're also gonna try and upload the household merchandise that I had designed back when I launched my shirts, mugs, and hoodies that wouldn't let me upload it and get that store live. We're gonna try that again, and we may even dive into trying to make the creative overlay. So I want some overlays that allow for multiple screens for like a picture-in-picture thing. So like over here there'd be a small picture, and so like for example, if I'm doing creative streams, the big picture here would be whatever I'm actively doing, and like the small picture would be the other thing. So say I'm cutting something, big screen, me cutting stuff, small screen, you know, the face cam, the camera that I can look up and, you know, address you like that. And say I was mainly talking to you and, you know, passively cutting something up or mixing something, swap it so the big screen is me talking to you. I think you get the idea. Yeah, but I need to do some of those, and that'll not just be for cooking, it'll be for woodworking, for projects. It's gonna come in very handy, and again, it's something that I just have not had the time to do. And at this point, I really just feel like the only way I'm gonna be able to get the time to do it is if I make the time to do it. And unfortunately, I can't just be like, "Hey, Dad, I'm not coming into work today because I've got this shit that I need to do for streaming." That's where I'm at with broadcasting. It's growing. It's something I love to do. It's something that if I am able to grind it out and make it, when I grind it out and make it successful monetarily, it'll provide me with the freedom that I want in raising my family. You know, when we have kids, when we adopt, I'll be able to, you know, go on trips with them and still be able to broadcast, you know, as long as I have a good connection. It allows that flexibility that really so many parents don't get. That's one of my big drives for pursuing broadcasting. That, and it's the only job I've ever had that I fucking love, that I instead of dread it, you know, want to go and do it. So yeah, it's like that. I love it. Like, I freaking love it. But anyway, I can't just tell my dad, "Hey, I can't come into work," because if I do, then I don't get paid. And right now, unfortunately, that is paying our bills. And so instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim game content and switch it to actual, like, production content, increasing my production value. I'll probably also here. Oh no, the green screen's gone. I'm probably also going to that wall right there. I've got some acoustic panels, you know, sound dampening panels. I need to put some on that wall and the wall that's behind the camera. Try and make it sound a little bit crisper in here. Also, y'all haven't seen it in a vlog yet, but I have a window air conditioning unit that's really loud, and that runs like all the time during the summer. So hopefully the acoustic panels will help to take some of the higher frequency noises that it makes out of the broadcast. I'm also thinking about getting some bass traps, some corner bass traps, and putting them in that corner and that corner over there, to try and take out some of the lower frequency, the more bass frequency. I think that really covers it. I mean, that's where I'm at. There was more filler in what I had done previously, but internet's looking positive. It's been a phenomenal like monetary week. My numbers are down. Beyond that, there was another thing. I just talked about it. Oh, and tomorrow's broadcast will be some behind the scenes stuff, and I think that's what I'm gonna do is my Saturday broadcast. If I've got shit that needs to get done for this business, for broadcasting, and if you take offense to me calling broadcasting a business, then I'm sorry that you're offended. Because ultimately, no matter how much I love it, no matter how much I care about the community that I'm fostering, end of the day, bottom line is there will come a time where I have to look at it and go, okay, Julia and I want to have kids, and I'm putting, 40 hours a week into broadcasting on and off camera, plus working, 25 hours at the restaurant, or whatever the case may be at the time, whatever's paying the bills that's not broadcasting. And at that point in time, I'm going to have to, dial back broadcasting. And so even though I love it, I want it to support me. And therefore, it is a business. Business has a negative connotation, I understand that, but in reality, a small business is a beautiful thing and beneficial to everyone involved. Hell, maybe someday I'll employ someone other than myself or my wife. How crazy would that be? Maybe this vlog content will be all Gary Vee style a year and a half from now, where I've got a guy who literally just follows me around all day while I'm going to meetings and shit, and just records me and I'm talking to him and sharing advice and shit like that. That'd be awesome. So that's gonna finish it for today. We are gonna, actually it's perfect timing, we're gonna switch to the outro, which is the intro. By the way, this song here that I'm gonna let play all the way through, you don't have to stay, obviously, but this song here is the intro that the amazingly talented James Flamestar made for me, and it's just tickles my earballs. It's amazing. Alright guys, don't forget to, if you want to see more vlogs, whoop, and I hit the wrong button. Boom, if you want to see more vlogs, if you're on YouTube watching this, hit the subscribe button. Also, I upload all of my past broadcasts to YouTube, so you can check those out there. If you're on Twitch, then hit that follow button. You can hit the subscribe button too if you want. I'm not going to stop you. If you're on Twitch and you want to subscribe and I'm not online. But yeah, enjoy the song. I will see y'all next vlog. Hopefully I'll see you in chat. Hopefully you swing by, check out my content, and enjoy it enough to stick around. You have a freaking wonderful day, evening, morning, whatever the fuck it is. Enjoy it.